If you've ever walked through, say, Hongdae late at night, or any buzzing area in Seoul, you know that feeling. It's just this sensory overload.
Oh, yeah, it's loud, it's bright. And then you start to notice this pattern.
Exactly, a pattern. Every 10, maybe 20 meters, there's another one of these little brightly lit storefronts.
They look almost like tiny little nightclubs, but they're completely empty of staff, unmanned.
And inside, you see this organized chaos. Groups of kids, friends, couples, just crammed into a booth, laughing their heads off, and they're all wearing these ridiculous hats.
Totally ridiculous. Shark heads, goofy sunglasses, you name it.
This is the world of Insaying Nicket, or as it's known, Life 4 Cuts.
And the name is a huge clue, right? Insaying is life, Nicket is 4 cuts, a little strip of 4 moments.
But let's be clear, we're not talking about those old clunky photo booths you'd find in a mall in the 90s.
Not at all. This is something else entirely. It's high-tech, it's super social, and it's basically an essential Gen Z ritual in Korea.
We're going to unpack why this $3 experience has completely taken over. We'll get into the high-tech secrets like the beauty filters and the QR codes, which are a total game changer.
And we'll analyze why putting on a giant poop emoji hat with your friends isn't just fun. It's become, a required part of hanging out.
It's basically a social playground.
A perfectly curated playground, yeah.
So let's start with just their presence, the sheer number of them. The sources all stress this idea of ubiquity. You just can't escape them in some parts of the city.
And that's by design. They're placed right where you'd be hanging out anyway. Near restaurants, movie theaters. They're built into the flow of a night out.
Right. It's not an afterthought tucked away in a corner somewhere.
No, they're the destination. They're floor-to-ceiling glass, super bright, right on the sidewalk. They're inviting you in. And because they're unmanned, there's like zero barrier to entry.
And the vibe inside. It immediately tells you that the whole point is to have fun. But the real genius, the thing that turns it from just a photo into a ritual, is the plop wall.
The prop wall, this is where it gets really interesting.
It's just this explosion of accessories, and they're all free to use.
Hundreds of them. They're not locked up. There's no fee. You just grab whatever you want.
And we're talking about some very specific, very goofy items. The sources mention everything from, like, sparkly princess tiaras
to oversized sunglasses and, of course, the now famous poop emoji hats and those shark heads.
You literally can't just go in and take a normal picture. You have to choose your character first.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? The cultural rule is the crazier you look, the better the memory. It completely gets rid of that self-consciousness people have in photos.
That's a great point. If everyone looks equally ridiculous,
then nobody's worried about looking perfect. It's all about letting loose together.
It's kind of a social lubricant. So the 4-cut format, that vertical strip, do the props help people come up with poses for those 4 shots so quick?
Oh, absolutely. The props give you an instant theme. Okay, frame 1, we're all wearing the crazy glasses.
Frame 2, the shark attacks the poop emoji hat.
Exactly. Frame 3, serious faces with princess crowns. Frame 4, just total chaos. It gives you a script for play.
Okay, so the props set the stage. You're primed for silliness, but then you step inside the booth, you close the curtain, and this is where the tech really takes over.
Right. Now we move from the physical playground to the digital engine. And the goal here is a flawless picture with basically zero effort from you.
They've eliminated all the usual problems with taking photos, like bad lighting
or someone blinking or just not liking how their skin looks.
So how do they handle the skin thing so quickly? That must be the famous beauty filter tech.
It is, and it's really sophisticated. These aren't just the simple filters you have on your phone. The camera system is running a dedicated algorithm in real time.
So before the photo is even taken, it's already being edited.
Pretty much. It does complex facial mapping. It's looking for ways to smooth skin texture, remove blemishes, maybe even slim the jawline a little bit, what they call a V-line shape. The result is you look effortlessly great without ever touching Photoshop.
It's instant validation, which is, perfect for a generation that shares everything.
And that leads right into the second piece of tech, which you mentioned is the real game changer, the retake button.
Right. The old booths were brutal. One shot, and you were stuck with it.
Here you usually get one free retake. If someone blinked or the pose just didn't work, you get a do-over.
But doesn't that sort of contradict the whole letting loose idea? If you can retake it, doesn't that just encourage people to be more curated and perfect?
But that's the beautiful tension of it all. You're right. You go in aiming for chaos, but you want
perfectly framed chaos.
Precisely. You don't retake because it was blurry. You retake because it wasn't silly enough or someone wasn't playing their part right in the poop hat shark attack scene.
So it's about making sure the final photo perfectly matches the memory you want to have of that moment.
It removes all the stress. And then once you've got that perfect strip, it prints out, but you're still not done.
No, because now we get to the QR code magic.
Yeah.
This is what connects the physical and the digital worlds.
This is the aha moment. On the corner of that physical photo strip, there's a little QR code. And that code is the key.
So you scan it with your phone, and what happens?
It's a double whammy. First, you get the high-resolution digital files of your 4 photos, the ones with the filters already applied, ready to share instantly.
Okay, that's huge.
But second, and this is the part that creates real delight, you also get a time-lapse video of your session inside the booth.
Wait, a video of you guys fumbling with the hats and trying to pose before the timer runs out?
The whole silly process, the behind the scenes.
Wow. So you get the physical artifact to stick on your fridge, the perfect digital photos for Instagram, and a funny little video to send to your friends.
All for about $3.
That is an incredible deal.
Yeah.
And I read the link for the QR code often expires after a day or two.
It does. It creates this gentle urgency to download and share it right away.
Okay, so this is clearly way more than a novelty. Let's dig into that. Why has this become such a core Gen Z ritual?
Well, the price point is a huge factor. At $3 or $4, it's a total non-decision. It's an easy, low-risk way to add something fun to any hangout.
It's the punctuation mark on the evening.
Exactly. And the sources suggest it's gotten to the point where, for a lot of young Koreans, a hangout doesn't feel official until you have the Life 4 cut strip to prove it happened.
It's the physical receipt for your friendship.
It's a quantifiable record of a shared memory. And because the filters guarantee you look good, even while acting goofy, it's a memory you'll always want to share.
Let's talk about that analogy people use, the analog Instagram of Korea. That feels so right.
It really does, because both are about creating a curated, high-quality, but very standardized version of your life.
It democratizes looking good. You don't need a fancy camera or good lighting. You just need $3 and a willingness to wear a silly hat.
Right. But here's the interesting part, the conflict. We live in a totally digital world, yet people collect these little paper strips like crazy. They have special albums for them.
They tuck them into their clear phone cases, stick them on mirrors.
And that points to something really profound about what we value. The digital file is for sharing with everyone, instantly. But that physical strip, that's different. That's more intimate.
It's proof. It's evidence that says we were here together in this moment. You can hold it.
Yes. You can't doom scroll past it. It's a real object in a world of fleeting pixels. And because it's so cheap, you can build a whole visual history of your friendships over time.
It's a masterclass, really. Combining that high-tech polish with a simple, low-tech artifact.
It is. The key is that the tech guarantees a great result, while the environment, the prop wall, forces you to have a genuinely fun, silly human interaction.
So you've got the prop wall that mandates fun. You have the filters and the retake button that guarantee a perfect outcome.
And then you have the QR code that gives you the best of both worlds. The collectible physical strip and the instantly shareable digital memories, including that amazing behind-the-scenes video.
It's a perfect feedback loop.
It is. So, if you ever find yourself there, you have to try it. Just dive in, grab a friend, grab the silliest hat you can find, and see what happens. Just remember to scan the QR code. If the perfect high-res digital photo and the funny video are right there on your phone, why does that little flimsy piece of printed paper still hold so much value?
We'll catch you on the next one.